In that moment, I rediscovered you, nectar gods, are the portal of the universe. Your poetry, the world still learning the alphabet. Echoes of politician tradition written on walls throughout halls of a Four Seasons loft. In Austin, I stalled, pause. My eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, motives reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams.
Ooh, yes, we do. We manifest dreams here on the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and you know where we're coming from. It's Tuesday, so you know I've got my watermelon sweet tea right here. And we're coming to you from Georgia's Happy Hog, one of my favorite places to eat barbecue. And of course, we're joined by one of my favorite Sooners. And by the way, we're going to have your boy Tubbs on here later on this week. I couldn't handle both of y'all on the deal at the same time. Of course, I'm joined by my guy William Tisdale of the OU Sooners and Wayman Tisdale Foundation. What's up, brother?
Oh, nothing much, man. I can understand two Sooners would be too great for one Cowboy right now. But like you say, you can hold your own. I mean,
No. What that would mean, that
I
would be
gotta
even.
acknowledge.
No, that's even. Two of y'all against me. That's even. That's how y'all played when y'all had two of y'all had to guard me because Chucky couldn't do it by himself. But what's happening, man? What's going on with yourself?
How you doing?
Good, good.
Oh man, nothing much. Working, trying to stay cool in this heat. How about yourself?
Dude, I saw with the thing where, from what was it, 2018 to last year, we had 0 100-degree days, and just the last month we had 18. Isn't that crazy? 18,
Yeah,
1,800-degree
that
days.
is
We didn't
real
have any.
crazy.
I'm just like, man, I don't know what's up with this weather and this climate change or whatever. But all you people making all this money, why don't y'all slide back a little bit and, let's get this ready for your great-grandchildren. But, people today are only interested in
You know,
themselves.
yeah, that's what I was. I went and played golf one day, and it was 91 degrees, and it felt like a fall day out there. So yeah, it's amazing what 4 years can do with the climate change.
Oh man, it's crazy, But see, I only play golf in the evening. I do that 6:30 shift where it's $15 plus a card. You can play at 6:30, and you get about, if you got somebody playing, you can get about, 15 holes in for $15. It's not bad as long as
Oh yeah.
that's all you really need in the evening. Just trying to stretch your legs out, get some stuff in. So it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. Now y'all
Are
playing
you
at the
walking
Tulsa
or
Country?
you on a cart?
Oh, I'm on a cart, bro. I don't. You know me. I ain't
What?
walking. Man, come on now. I ain't
Okay, well,
walking.
no, I just wanted to make certain that we were both the same age. You talking about, you get out there, yeah. No, I can probably get about 12, 14 at that twilight. I mean, at the that twilight time. If I start at 6 and get my son out there with me,
Yeah.
that
Well,
I
the whole
can
the
go
whole
pretty
key
good.
is, William, if you don't have anybody in front of you. If you don't have anybody in front of you,
Yeah,
you're golden. But when you got them people and they're putting there, like, dude, it's 2 feet, let it go. I mean, that's good. You're good.
it's,
You miss and they got putting. Are you serious right now, dude? Just go ahead and move. We're trying to get some holes in, man. Come on now. And
yeah. We can get on the green, and we in the
yeah,
leather. If it's in the leather, it's good. That's.
yeah, I know because when the last time we played together, we played over when we played at Tulsa Country Club. Was that last year? For Wayman's golf tournament, and we had some pretty good guys with us. That one guy with his son is like one of the top amateur juniors in the country or in the state.
Yeah, that's my business partner,
Okay, yeah,
Greg Shaw, his son Harrison Shaw. Yeah, they just got back from nationals last week, a week before last, and I
uh-huh.
think he finished 26th out of 140 players.
Wow.
And he was in eighth place, and his putter kind of got but no, he had a really really good season and his ranking in the nation. But yeah, he can hit it a long way.
Right, right.
Old to be young again.
Well, I mean, being young does have its benefits,
So,
but on
so
the other,
good. The good news is, oh yeah,
go ahead, go ahead. Good news is what?
I'll say the good news is you'll be playing with us again this year. But that we hope to do a little bit better. This year. But yeah, we'll be together again.
Oh yeah, well, I had a
Two
good time,
great
man.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
is RW gonna show up on time this year? Or is he gonna be what RW does? What's up with that, man? McQuarters,
That's
what's he gonna? Is he gonna be on time this
RW
year? What did he show up last year on the eighth hole or something? Ninth hole. Where did he show up last year?
yeah. I mean, yeah, you have to realize RW and on time is an oxymoron. They don't go together, but he will be there, and I guess he didn't want to overexert himself, so he missed the first 8 holes.
Oh, is
He
that what
get
it was?
there at
Was
hole 8. Yeah,
Well, so we both can rag on him because he's a Booker T. Washington grad, and then he's Oklahoma State grad like you, Booker T. And you went to that other place, which somebody was saying something to me the other day. They were like, "Well, you almost went to OU, did you?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I almost went there," and I said, "He goes, well, what that team would have been like?" I don't know. Me, William, Wayman. I think we'd have been pretty good. I think
Oh
we'd have
yeah,
been pretty
we would have
good,
been. That
but
would have been a whole with
with
no
Chucky
defense
and
playing Chuck. Now Chuck will get you 40. His man will get 42. So we
yeah,
would
hey,
never,
why do you think? Why do you think I liked him guarding me? How's our boy Chucky doing anyway? Chucky B, man.
Chuck B is doing all right, man. I talked to him about. Oh, we talk on a regular basis. Chuck is Chuck. I think in his mind he's still in the NBA at 60 years old. I
Oh
keep
my
reminding him. I
God.
say, I don't think he would. But Chuck is doing good, man. How Leroy and the Andrews? How are
Well,
all those guys doing, man? You keep in contact with them?
yeah, I see Leroy more than I see anybody. We'll cross each other occasionally on the golf course. But his school is getting ready to start back up, so he's getting ready to get back into his teaching duties. But Lorenzo and we run into Lorenzo anytime there's an OSU function, and Coach B does a great job of bringing the guys back together, all the former athletes at OSU. So, I see Lorenzo all the time doing that. He's doing great. He's working with your boy Jeff Webster there in Dallas
Oh, okay.
with the Nike team
That's
down
right.
there. Yeah. So I think he's there.
Okay.
I think he's their chief financial officer there with Jeff there in Dallas. So he's
Wow,
doing real
yeah,
well.
because I see Jeff about as often as you see Lorenzo. We see him at the alumni stuff when we
Right.
get back and forth, and Jeff looks really, yeah, like I said, that's really good. You know, so yeah, that's a small world. One of my business partners is Gary Sparks, who's done all of the athletic stuff. He's an architect that's done all the athletic stuff there in OSU. So I keep in pretty well contact with a lot of the OSU guys.
Yeah, I do too. But I see more of my OU friends than OSU. The only OSU guy that I'm around all the time is my former roommate, Randy Wright, that
Okay.
owns YNB, there in Yukon. So I see him. I mean, we see each other all the time. In fact, he was just here last Tuesday representing, the bank, and because YNB does do and we're going to talk about that in a minute, how they sponsor all of our minority and black and women-owned business remotes throughout the city, promoting black businesses and minority and women-owned. So, but he's the only guy that I see pretty much on the regular. Most of the guys that I see 90% of the time are all OU grads, and they own me hard, man. You know how they are. They own me hard. And, football season's getting ready to come up, so it's really bad.
Oh yeah.
It's really, really bad. So, but anyway,
Right. I can imagine. Yeah. Yeah.
well, hey, I want to talk about, the big golf tournament that's coming up, man. Uh, your Wayman Tisdale Foundation. Together we can help change the world. Talk a little bit about the golf tournament, and I know this is the 6th year, isn't it? The 6th year of this particular version of the tournament.
This is the sixth year this year we're holding it at the Cherokee Casino, at the Cherokee
Cherokee
Golf Club
course,
out in
yeah.
Catoosa. Yep, the
Great
Cherokee
course, by
course.
the way.
It's
Great
been
course.
yeah, it is. If you've enjoyed Tulsa Country Club, we moved from there this year to the Cherokee course. But anyway, yeah, when Wyman passed, it doesn't seem like the time has really flown as fast as it is. We 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 were trying to figure out a way to kind of bring people together and raise funds for prosthetics for
For kids.
individuals with who have lost amputees who does not have the financial capabilities to,
Now, these are this
insurance
for
to cover
kids and
prosthetics.
adults, or just kids, or just
Kids
adults?
and
Oh,
adults,
both. Okay.
kids and adults. And the reason is that we initially focus on adults because the care for kids is quite expensive because they're always growing, and so
Yeah.
prostheses are those things, so their limbs are always. But here recently, over the last couple of years, we've been getting focused on kids, and our program has expanded, and we're working to develop partnerships with other organizations that can really help us assist these kids, because that's a life-changing experience to be able to get a prosthesis. I mean, you see the look on even grown people face when they're faced with an amputee or losing a limb or not born with a limb. So, that's kind of what we do. And the golf tournament has kind of been a way to celebrate, bring great people around, such as yourself, and it's always fun to see that competition from the OU OSU days. And I think last year was probably one of the best years that we had. So we're excited about what it would be like this year. We teased about RW and everybody else, but man, it's just great to have the camaraderie come back
Agreed.
and reflect on the memory of Wayman.
Oh, agreed, 100%. The thing is this: is that when I played last year, which was my first year, and thank you for inviting me, had a blast and just running into everybody and seeing the coaches, and it's just amazing that he's crossing all the generations, the older generation, which is ours, as well as the medium and the younger. So I really like the fact that you guys are reaching out more than just to the older people like that, but anything that you can do to help people who are less fortunate. Because like this, what is the old parable? To whom much is given, much is expected. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get
Yes.
religious on everybody, but that does
Right.
matter, and that does permeate when it comes to that. So okay, so now fact though, I'm gonna give you a little tidbit, and we'll go into sponsorship. We did an OU versus OSU golf tournament. This was about 4 years ago, and it was raising money. And Scott Hill and all those guys, put the tournament together. And we played there at Cherokee, and we lost by one to Andre Metzger on the 18th. We had on the
Oh, wow.
17th, which is a par three. We had four guys with a 6 foot putt, and none of us could make the birdie putt. And then they came and knocked it within two centimeters and beat us in the fourth. So what a great course this is, and I'm looking forward to playing. Now, are you having a gala, or tell us the events and what all people need to do?
The the weekend will kind of get kicked off. We are thinking there's a boxing event on Saturday evening,
Uh huh.
and that information will be coming out. It's Top Rank Boxing. As you know, Hard Rock hosts the ESPN and Top Rank Boxing. Every so often, it just so happened to fall the night before,
Oh man.
and that will be at the Hard Rock, and that's on Saturday. I guess not the night before. And then there are a couple other events that we will be pushing the information out. I think right now we have right at about 12 or 14 teams that signed up. We would love to get about 10 more teams signed up to make the competitive nature of it really go. But it's amazing to hear that. But the weekend will be fun. Sunday will be kind of like a little social event out there at the Hard Rock Casino, and so like I said, we try to plan a big weekend. Prior to the pandemic, we used to do a lot of other things, but after the pandemic, the concert, we used to do a concert on the over the weekend and other things, but we're kind of gradually getting back up there post pandemic now.
Right, right. Now, The whole thing is now I've got your information up on the screen. I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the website, the www.WaymanTisdaleFoundation.org for people to go to, so they'll be able to get updates on that. And then I have your sponsorship information. If an individual, if you just want to come play, it's $400. Single team, 1,500, which gives you 4 people on that particular team. Bronze sponsorship, 5,000 gives you 2 teams. Silver sponsor gives you 3 teams. Gold gives you 4 teams, and platinum is 5 teams. And of course, your premier, which is a 16 branded polo advertisement, 2 tables at the gala, and access to corporate and the VIP party. Now, is that going to be afterwards, kind of like what we did last year at the country club, kind of have an after deal where you
Yes.
give out the awards? Is that what we're doing?
Yes, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be after the tournament. We'll have that time there, and like I said, it's really a good time. I think that the excitement level is even higher this year, knowing that a lot of OSU ex great players and OU players are going to be here. We were kind of embarrassed last year because I think that OSU kind of showed up greater than OU players, but this year we're on the rebound. We're going to OU represent a lot better
Well, I think
this year, but
did Melvin have a lot to do with that? Melvin Gilliam, of course. I saw
oh
Melvin
yeah,
there, and he was out in
yeah,
force.
yeah. Yeah, Melvin really had a lot to do with that. And if I would have been in town, there would have been a lot more OU. I wound up having a business trip that fell on that same weekend. But this year I'm back. We'll be strong. It'll be fun, competition. But yeah, like I said, the event will be we'll have the lunch after the deal and celebration and acknowledge different people and just kind of keeping the legacy of Wayman alive by helping people in the way that he would definitely see it.
Okay, sweet. Hold on one second. We're going to take a quick break, thank our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. Of course, I'm on the phone or on the Zoom with my boy, William Tisdale. Well, I don't know, he's my guy, man, even though he's one of them red people. And by the way, brother, we're going to get back to top ass. Do not make those polo shirts red, because I ain't wearing that color. I don't wear that color, brother. I'm just letting you know I don't wear that color,
Oh,
man.
yeah. Well, don't worry, it won't be red. We'll make them crimson and cream, so you'll wear that one. I just wanted to make sure which color you wouldn't wear. Since you said red, we'll make it crimson.
I'm so over you right now. That's my guy, William Tisdale. He's always on me. And we want to thank our main guy, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912, the bank that makes things happen. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. We want to thank them for coming out or for helping us go out in the minority, black, and women-owned business communities to help promote all the different businesses that are out there. And we appreciate their sponsorship of our remote broadcast. And then also, if you have any IT needs, call my guys at Collaborative Logic. My guy Russell will take care of you. If you have any, also you can call it Mark Long over at SRB for any engineering, surveying, or planning. If you're trying to build a big complex or you're building a housing additions or whatever, repaving streets, these are the people that you need to holler at. And then, of course, all the cleanup, talk to my guy, Jose Fierro at Oak Drove Trucking with his dump truck. I'm ready for him to go back to dump truck. I don't like the way the dump truck sounds. It just doesn't roll off my tongue good. And then, of course, my guys at Nafco, Greg and Max Nafee. Appreciate those guys. Okay, but anyway, William, back to all seriousness. People, if you're looking to sponsor, I'm going to pull the information back up there for you guys. The information is you can contact them at www.WaymanTisdaleFoundation.org. And now some of the things that you're going to be doing, Saturday is the boxing now. If you're involved in that, how do you go to that or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, if most people come in on Monday,
Yes.
Saturday, really, I think Spud Webb is coming in. We have several other people coming. We got Marcus Dupree coming in. We have Then we have certain sponsors that are to spend the whole weekend of just trying to do some things together and come together. So if you're over here, they have the ticket information, and I can give you the number of the individual
Okay.
to call. Fred Jones would be the contact person for that.
Did we just was that
And
Fred?
then
Wasn't he in your office, or was he just on the phone with you just earlier?
he was just on the phone
Okay.
with me at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. And so, but yeah, I can give you, I can either text you or give you a number on here, but that starts off on Saturday, and then Sunday we have, I think they have some type of, a little mixer going on Sunday. I think we call it team pairing, but really since everybody's bringing their team, it's kind of where it go. Used to be that we would take, team would enroll, we would take two off of one team and two off the other for accountability, but we kind of let everybody play with their teams that they bring now. And so,
So
that's
so
kind of what that deal.
so they can load up. In other words, is what you're saying? Because I saw on here where you're just
Yeah,
going to have one flight. So whoever wins
yeah.
wins.
We right now we're one flight. We very well may have a second flight. I think that just got a text message. I think that we're at 15 teams
Oh, sweet.
now. Hopefully we can get a few more teams from the Oklahoma City area to come over there. But we would love to have a flight and a half. Probably get somewhere between 24, 25 teams there, and really make it a fun day. But yeah, we were in the past we had one flight, but like you say, the response has really been great this year. And so if we go over that, we probably will have a second flight. We'll have the awards that we give out, and I don't know if I'm going to give out a picture of myself this year or not.
We
But
don't want that,
anyway,
bro. Let's not do that.
oh, you don't want it?
No, I don't want that, man. I don't. But we had a picture of you last year because you didn't show up. So we had a picture of you. Yeah, we had that riding around in the car with us since you weren't there. Since you went off on a trip, we had a picture of you with us last year, man. So you were there in spirit. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on you about it, man. I'm on you about it. I'm gonna be on you, man.
Right. Well, I'll be there. Yeah, don't worry. But yeah, it's a full weekend, and like you say, there are still some sponsorship opportunities
Okay.
there. But if you have a team, if you want to come as an individual, we can get you on a great team. It is a fun weekend, and I think that Matt, you can attest to it.
Oh,
It's not high pressure. It's it's a fun weekend, and like you say, Wayman and I, that was my best friend. So every time I think about this and see everybody come up and see some of the old athletes here, it really excites me. It kind of fills that void that I feel every day with him not being here.
oh yeah, I did. I mean, I loved him, and we had a great time talking trash to each other. In fun on the court always, and appreciated his competitive style and his ability to play. Now, one other question: is there going to be discounted rooms at the Hard Rock, or you just stay wherever, or how is that going to work, or
No,
y'all
no,
still working on that now?
there's going to be, yeah, there's going to be the discounted room at the Hard Rock, and we will have that information out over there. As a matter of fact, I will send all of that information to you. But if they go check back on the web page, probably at the latest they'll see the information for the hotels and all the room information,
Okay.
as well as the boxing information and so on.
Yeah, because
So,
I may come up there
that's what
Sunday.
the plan is.
Yeah, I may come up there Sunday instead of getting up at the crack to make it there
Yeah,
like I
I was
did
getting
last
ready to
year.
say if you're coming, yeah, that's what a lot of people do. With the ones that come, they usually will, come over that Sunday night. Like I say, it'll be some fun things to do and relaxation and kind of sit around and share a story. I know Anthony Bowie will be here.
Oh, AB.
We're excited about a lot of people. Oh yeah, AB will be here, man, and AB can talk, man. I thought that I could talk until he got there, and he kind of put me to shame. But it'll be fun, man. We'll be able to sit around and fellowship and relax on that Sunday. And like I said, if you don't have to drive over, you'll be rested. I need you to be rested anyway, because I'm gonna ride you and Greg and Harrison back that whole
Oh
day.
well,
So
no, we're gonna be
I do
riding
need you to be
Harrison's back
rested.
is what we're gonna be doing. Because I had some great shots up into the back nine. I couldn't do anything. I was down on that back nine. So now you're going to have the coaches up there. I know the Coach Boynton was there last year, and I asked him, I said, Coach, are you playing? He goes, oh, no, I just ride around the car and look good. That's what I do. So are you going to have the basketball coaches there again this year, or football coaches, or is that – I know football is hard because
We're
it's
waiting to
season.
Yeah, the season is going on, but the thing is that I think we're waiting to hear back from Coach Mosier. The OU tournament is on that Saturday, I think, or
Oh, it
Sunday. But
is.
anyway, I think that he will. Yeah, he's been amazing, man. He's going there, and I think Coach Boynton may. I need to check and see if he will be back, but. Like you said, we are still confirming a lot of people, with schedules, recruiting, and all of that stuff. A lot of times you don't find out to the last minute, but I'm almost certain that those coaches will be there. I know Joe Castiglione will be there,
Okay.
the athletic director.
Love Joe, man.
I need
Great
to
guy.
reach out to yeah, I need to reach out to Chad Weinberg, see if I can't get him to come over and represent OSU. I'm pretty sure he'd like to have a say over here, and
Yeah,
not
you
just let Joe have all the.
you know that's right. That's
It's-
why Coach B loved you
yeah.
last year. He was only OSU only coach there because Lon couldn't make it.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
great.
yeah. Oh yeah, and he is. That's my favorite guy right there, Coach Boynton. Man, he can recruit and,
Oh
and,
man.
and coach. I think he'll have something special down there this year.
Yeah, he will. I'm looking forward to him, and I've loved the relationship that we're growing, and he takes very good care of the former players, which is always a good thing. And because we did have a coach up there that was an idiot, and I'm not gonna say his name, but anyway, that dude that
Yeah.
we had before, the little short guy.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about the dude, but anyway, I wasn't
Let
a
me
fan
ask
of
you
his.
this, man. Do you make it to very many of the football games?
To be honest with you, I actually go to more OU football games than OSU football games, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I probably go to one, maybe two OSU football games and probably three OU games because of the schedule of where I work there at Santa Fe Family Life Center. I don't get off until 2. And a lot of times if the
Oh yeah,
OSU
that's
game is
right.
playing in the evening, if I get off at
Right.
1, then I can get into, because I'm not going to go to a football game at 4 o'clock, game starts at 6, and I'm going to get an hour tailgate. Why am I going?
Exactly.
I'm
Well,
going to
yes,
tailgate
you get
first. I don't
full
care. I don't
full
care about football.
experience.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm having a good time. I'm there for football. Yeah, it's cool, but I'm there for the tailgate. Basketball, I'm 100% want to be there for the game. But football, I'm there to tailgate, and then whatever happens with football happens with football. But
Yeah.
I'm with more OU than I am OSU guys. So then therefore I tend to go to more OU games simply because they play in the evenings more than OSU does. So that does make a
Yeah.
difference right
Yeah.
there.
We'll have to
So
keep that in mind and get you down there with me to a couple of those OU games.
yeah, my
And
boy David Dirduff, I go to the games with him. I like that because he's in the suites
Okay.
and he's right there next to Steve
Yeah.
Owens, and Steve and Coach
Yeah.
Switzer
Yeah.
still
Yeah.
giving me
Yeah.
a hard time. But when I go to OSU games, I love it. But I'm there for the basketball. But football, it just depends, really, to be honest with you, William. If I'm done at 1, if OSU plays at 11, then I'm going to OU game at 6. If OU plays the 11, OSU plays the 6, then I'm going to the OSU game. So whoever the game is, the latest, that's the game I tend to go to. But I go to more because if I'm done at 2, I'm in Norman in 30, 45 minutes. If I go to Stillwater, by the time I get there, I'm looking at an hour and a half. So it's just more
Oh yeah, that's
convenient for
true.
me to go to more OU games because it's just easier. And I just got a text from a guy, Drew Hinton. I'm not a closet OU fan. I do like OU 100% of the time until they play OSU. When they play us, I'm
Right.
for us
Right. Yeah.
100% of the time. But I want OU to win every time, period. When whoever they play, I'm for them first because I want them to win. I don't want any excuses when we spank them. Oh, did I say that out loud? I didn't say that
Yeah.
out loud. That was in my
Yeah.
mind. I
Hey,
didn't
you
really
know
mean to
what?
say that to you.
That's Yeah, that's all right. You can say that because you spank us so few times that
In
I
football,
like when you
you're
guys there
right.
for
In football, you're right. Basketball, that's a completely different story lately. Now, when y'all was there, it was a little different, but lately, yeah, it's the other way around. Hey, that reminds me, speaking of basketball, what do you think about the Kevin Durant giving the ultimatum to Joe Tsai? What do you think about that on the NBA? Did you see that today on the NBA News?
What's that said again?
Kevin Durant said, trade me or fire Sean Marks and Steve Nash.
Oh wow,
Yeah, he told
wow.
Josiah that. Yeah, he goes, "Here are your options. You can trade me, or get rid of those two."
You know, players are getting so much control. I guess when you pay somebody that kind of money, I guess they can to make those type of demands. But I'm kind of this position here. With the way the season ended, I would kind of be like, let me trade you. I think it's been a learning curve for Steve Nash.
Uh huh. Well, he clearly got out
Um,
coached against Boston. Clearly.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think that does take I think people underestimate the job that Tyronn Lue and the Golden State Warriors coach did as first year coach. I mean, although Mark Jackson had put together a
That
good
team,
a good
yes.
deal, but yeah, but I mean, but you have to learn how to manage that talent. I mean, I think we saw that with the Lakers this year. It was just no continuity. So, I think when it comes to Kevin making that demand, there must be something a little bit deeper because he wanted to go to New Jersey.
Right.
So
And he
maybe
wanted
maybe
Steve
that's a
Nash.
real issue,
And he wanted Steve Nash
huh?
as his coach,
Oh,
too.
did he?
Yeah, yeah. Talked about
Oh,
in,
I
in
thought I
2020.
thought that he. Okay, I didn't know. I couldn't remember if he wanted him or if Steve was just hired. Okay.
No, no, no. He wanted him. He was very happy about it. He and Kyrie both. And he talked about, how he was a sponge and all the things he had learned. And I think that was almost a kind of a slice to Steve Kerr at Golden State a little bit. Maybe, I learned more from him than I have for you, which I don't. You clearly learned how to win from Steve Kerr. You didn't learn how to win from Nash because Nash always choked in games 4 and 5. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know how you can really learn a lot from him, but he did say that. And the problem I have with him and LeBron both is you they got Sean Marks got you the guys that you wanted the GM. You said you wanted this person, he got you. You wanted this person, he got you. He wanted this, he did whatever you wanted, Kevin. It's just like LeBron. LeBron's trying to leave LA. Well, you had a squad and you chose this squad. Now you want to leave because they were terrible? You're the one that made this team happen, and now you don't want it to have anything to do with it. And that pisses me off a little
Yeah.
bit with LeBron, him wanting to leave, and it was your decision to put together the team that is currently stacked in LA. This was your decision to do that, and now you don't want anything to do with it. That pisses me off about LeBron.
Mm. Well, I think, like you say, those are things that I think that the league has catered so much to the
Yes.
players that in my opinion, it's beginning to impact the quality of the game. Because it's not fun to pick up and see five all stars on a team. If that's the way you went, I respect what Milwaukee and Antetokounmpo them did. I mean, that team there. He came back and he could have easily left and built a power team, but he came back and they wound up winning the whole deal a couple of years ago.
Yep.
I
Yep.
can respect that.
Yep, yep, I agree. But they did build around him at the right
Well, yeah,
time, so that did help. But I wonder would they have beaten the Lakers because man, everybody forgets the Lakers were up 2-1 on
right.
on Phoenix when AD went down 2 years ago.
Yeah,
So they
exactly.
were. I don't know a healthy LeBron, a healthy AD against them. I don't know if LA is up 2-0 against them, they're not going to come back and beat LA four straight like they did Phoenix. That wasn't going to
Mm,
happen. So, but yeah, I agree with you 100%. I'm all
mm,
about player movement, William. But at that same point, I want people to be more. Uh, if you have a contract, honor your contract. That's one thing about LeBron. He's
mm,
honored every contract he's
right,
had. He honored his contract at
right.
Cleveland and left. Honored his contract at
Yeah.
Miami, left. Honored his contract back with Cleveland and left. And it looks like, he's going to honor his contract. But one thing about him, when he leaves, it's a train wreck after he's gone
Oh
with
yeah,
the team.
yeah.
But you
Well,
know
and
what? You
I
got a
think
chip.
yeah, and I think that when you look at it, I mean, I kind of I think it's what you put into the game. I mean, this from playing at a high level, and when you look at Giannis, he gets hurt. Middleton pick it up and they are able to win a couple of games, and he comes back in. That I think it gets down to kind of like what you said. It's not so much the support players, Holiday and Middleton, but they took some no names and those guys just played their role. But I think that's the biggest thing that for LeBron, it is like you said. Once he builds something, when he leaves, it's a train wreck.
Yep,
You look
yep.
at Cleveland,
But they drafted
but
well.
overall, yeah, I think that for me, Toronto and Milwaukee winning over the last 5 years has really gave me more interest in basketball than just seeing these super teams win every year.
Agreed, 100%. I'm gonna give you one more thing, and then I'm gonna let you go because I know you got stuff to do. What do you think about the Thunder and the drafting of Chet over Bankero or Jabari? Well, I guess it's over
You know,
Jabari. Really, is what it is. It's over
y-
Jabari.
yeah, the jury is still out. I mean, I still think of everybody talk about Holmgren's slight build. I'm not as concerned about that as his athletic ability to play against a more a Joel Embiid. I mean, that
Or
Joel Embiid
Antetokounmpo.
is 200. Yeah, I think yeah. I mean, those guys are 260 pounds, and they are super physical. So from that standpoint, I mean, if he's going to turn into a stretch four, it may be a good deal. Like I tell people all the time, I'm like, block shots in the NBA doesn't mean anything. Everybody gonna get their shot blocked.
Yep.
And so from that standpoint, do I think he's a building block? I think the jury is still out with me.
Yeah.
And like you say, I love everybody talk about how great Presti is, but we also have to remember the misses that Presti has
A
had.
lot.
Remember the year we could have had Tyson Chandler that one year that he wouldn't help Dallas win. If we would have had him, that would have been the difference instead of having Perkins.
Right. Yes.
And
Yes. Yes.
so I think that with Chet Holmgren coming in, he brings some excitement. And there's been a lot of slight build. I mean, look at Kevin Durant. I mean, Durant is real slight built.
And hadn't gained any weight.
What was the kid's name that played? Yeah, what was the kid's name that played for Detroit a long time ago? The
Oh,
left-handed
Tayshaun Prince.
Sean Prince, a slight bill had a long, so I think that there is a track record for Holmgren to do well, but from what I've seen, that straight up game against the big guys like Embiid and I don't think that I just don't think the Cooper gonna let him block his shot.
No,
I
he's
think
just
that
gonna dunk on him. He's gonna go dunk on him.
oh yeah. Right. And so, so it'll be interesting to see where we are. I hope that this kid go, with SGA and
And Giddy.
our struggle at the Thunder has always been shooting,
Yep. Still
and
is.
so, yeah, and so either we're gonna change our offense to from a spot up offense to a more of a one where you're driving and dishing, and so
Yeah.
that's kind of my feeling on
On Chet.
where Chad is. But I would have loved to see Jabari here,
Me too.
and see.
Me too.
Uh,
Me too. But this is my thing is that people talk about Chet's ball handling skills. Dude, he's 7 foot tall. Ball handling skills, they're not gonna help him in this league. They're going to strip him, and you can see in summer league, he's not taking anybody off the dribble unless there's an opportunity for him to do so in a crack. He's not going to do it. That's why Kevin Durant doesn't try to do that. Kevin Durant gets you going, pulls up and shoots over because he's 7 foot. And Chet's going to have to do that ball handling, all these people are talking about that stuff. That's nonsense. That's not going to work in this league.
Right.
It's just not going. He's going to have to develop and be able to have a mid-range, pull up, and knock down threes. Now, us getting the number one shooting coach in the NBA does help from the San Antonio Spurs. That's going to help us with the shooting. So, because I believe we ranked, it was 24th, I believe, in threes.
Yeah.
It was something.
Yeah.
It was something crazy. I had it
Right.
marked. What were we? What were we in 3-point shooting percentage?
Yeah, it was was pretty low. I think we were at 27% or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was insane. Like we were 28th in defensive rebounding. 28th in defensive rebounding. And then you don't go get anybody to
Yeah.
rebound. Even though I do like the Jay Will kid from Arkansas. I mean, that's going to be our one true center as far as physicality. Nobody's going to push him around. So I know that he's going to make a difference. I know that he's going to make a
One, then
difference.
two, you have to look at it from this standpoint. I mean, back when we played, guards was 6 feet, 6'3". Guards now 6'8". So being 6'10", 7 feet is not that big of a deal. Then two, if you go back to Kevin Durant, you look at the fix that Patrick Beverly gave him every time he tried to put that ball on the ground. You had this guy sitting there,
Yep.
and so I think, like you say, with Holmgren being a slight build, you can put a 6'5", 6'6" guy on him,
Yep. You can
and
guard him.
force him to be, and so I think that from that standpoint, that the Arkansas kid will be a big help. But I'm just thinking that from the Thunder this year, I think that we'll see Holmgren start off strong. And then, like I said, as more people look at film on him, adjustments made, I think you'll begin to see, people figure his game out a little
Right,
bit.
right,
Not saying
right.
he won't be a great player. I just don't think he's going to require double teams, triple teams that can make a team go to the next level just
I agree.
immediately.
I agree. 100%. We got to get you to come down to some games with us. And by the way, Mark and Maya Long told me to tell you hello and tell the missus hello, by the way. They told me to make sure
Oh,
I
well,
say
tell
hi to
them we
y'all.
said, yeah, we enjoyed them, man, at the concert, and we will definitely do that. But man, I would love to get over there. And like I say, I'm going to probably try to make some of the Thunder games this year.
Yeah,
But
come on
man,
down
I
with us,
certainly
man.
appreciate it. Yeah, let me know, man. I'd love to come on anytime with you. I always enjoy talking with you, whether on radio or in person, man. But
Yeah,
I certainly appreciate you allowing us to promote the golf tournament, and
yeah.
we're certainly hoping that Oklahoma City continue. A few years ago, about 5 or 6 years ago, we used to have a tournament over in Oklahoma City. I think it was at Deer Creek is where we had it, but
Y'all had it over
we have
at
not
Rose
had.
Creek.
That's it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Rose Creek,
And so
yeah.
we've not had one in a few years, but anyway, we always thank the Oklahoma City people for their support, and like you say, we would love to have more of you come over this year. So thank you for allowing this platform and opportunity to come on and kind of share about the golf tournament, but also just share, just some of the great camaraderie that we have over the years, brother.
Yeah, you're welcome. And look, I'll definitely be there, and I'll look to find out about the rooms, because that coming up that Sunday night sounds like a deal, and maybe even that Saturday.
Yeah,
Because let me see, I think
I'll
that's
have
when is that,
somebody.
the 27th?
Yeah, the 27th is Saturday, 28th, and then the tournament's on the 29th.
Yeah, I may be able to do that, because I think I'm
So,
gonna go see my grandson, my little dude, because he's on me right now.
oh yeah.
I go because I saw the picture of you and your grandson. Ain't nothing like him, man. Isn't? Ain't nothing like that,
Oh man,
man.
I'm gonna tell you what, that changes your whole life, man.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately,
evicted him out of the bed. He's been staying with me over the summer. I had to evict him out of the bed the other night. He started sleeping too bad, so he was a little upset at me a couple of nights ago because he had to sleep in his own bed. But it's nothing like it though, man. I'll bring him to work with me sometime, and until he get bored, and then I can take him back home.
yeah. Well, he's minus 7. He'll be 8 in January, and so that's
Oh
good.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna go see him that weekend. So that'll be perfect. I can come
Oh,
back
that
from H Town and just roll over to Tulsa. So that sounds like
yeah.
a good idea. I might be able to do that,
Well,
because that's my little man, and he's all about his big G, and that's my little G, and that's my man. So,
yeah, yeah.
and he's
Well,
7
I'll
going on
have Fred
20.
get in contact with you on
Okay.
the room, man, and get that all squared away. And like you said, if anybody else want to come, we'll have room information and boxing information up here in the next 48 hours.
Okay, cool. And then I will start. I'll promote this all the next couple of weeks, and like I said, and then we'll get. I know that I'm gonna get our boy Tommy on this week. I think he's gonna be on. I think Thursday is when I'm gonna try to have him on. Thursday or Friday, have Tommy on. So that'll be a good deal, and
Yeah,
help to
and
get
tell
them some.
Tommy don't try to be funny like his dad. He doesn't have his dad's
No,
timing down
he's
yet.
not
So
Billy.
tell him to let me handle that. He's not. Yeah,
He ain't
there's
Billy,
only
bro.
one Billy on it.
I tell you what, I love that man, dude. He told me we had some stuff, man, and I'm gonna tell that story to Tommy. But Man, me and him had so much fun, and we did not like each other at first, and then gained mutual respect and love for each other later on. So, but what an outstanding man he was, and I really, really enjoyed getting to know him, and sorry that he did pass away. But boy, he and I had some. Man, we had some good
Yeah,
times. We
that
had some
is the.
good times, real
You know
good times.
what? One other deal I want to share. Another story I want to share with we have in common is that people don't realize I was a really good football player and
Well, who
Barry
wasn't? All
Switzer
y'all
came.
were at Booker T. God dang, man.
Yeah. Well, Switzer came down my sophomore year and said, "Hey, listen, I'll give you a scholarship. If, you don't have to play football. I'd see enough." He said, "You look like you run about 4.7. You're about 6'4.5", 6'5", and you got good size." And so, I just focused on basketball. Didn't think I'd get that good enough to play. So when you say Switzer offered you, that's kind of a common story
Yeah,
we have. I think we were that mold that he really
he
he
liked.
really liked going.
He really liked.
Yeah,
Well, what Coach Dillon do is he likes to get you and go, okay, you starting out this way, but I'm putting you over here. You're gonna start out here, but you're gonna
yeah,
end up over there. And
yeah,
Coach Switzer's.
exactly. Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, that's it.
There's nothing like that,
Well,
man. And
brother,
people can
I
like him or
certainly
not. But go ahead. Sorry.
no, I'll tell you, I certainly appreciate it. But yeah, like you say, man, it's difficult for somebody to dislike Switzer because
Oh man.
he to this day he can remember he can remember my sister he met one time 45 years ago. So that's the type of person he is.
Yeah, he's like my old coach Paul Hansen was the exact same way. Meet you and
Yeah,
then 20, 15 years later, oh yeah, I met you,
yeah.
and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, whatever. And it's so funny, is Coach Switcher to this day is still ragging on me, talking about, boy, you'd be a great football player. Coach, you introduced me to Leroy Selman. My football career stopped when I saw Leroy Selman. I go, if that's what football players look like, I ain't never playing. And guess what? I never played another down of football, ever. I'm like, I don't want nothing to do with that.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I'm out, bro. 100% out.
Right,
So
yeah. Hey, let me go someplace where I can go around people and
I
not have to go through people.
around and over them. I ain't got nothing to do with going through them. I can't do that. I can't do that. So,
Yeah.
all right, my brother, I appreciate you for being on. And then we'll get back on probably, right before, like maybe that week before the tournament and see where we're at. And I'll do as much promoting as I can here because, like I said, I've got a lot of OU guys that I know. And a lot of them do listen
Yes.
to the show. So, and I'm sure they'll be ragging on me hard today or listening to it or whatever. So, you can do that. But anyway, it's
Well, hey,
www.waymantisdalefoundation.org. And then what is the phone number you can want
that's
them
it.
call?
Hold on just a second. I'm gonna give you the
Okay.
phone number here. The phone number to call for information is 918-933-8742. 918-933-8742, and ask for Fred Jones.
Fred,
He can
okay.
help you with anything. And like you say, brother, I will be getting information over so you can keep your audience updated
Okay, yeah,
as
we'll
soon as
do
we get
that.
everything done. All
We'll
right.
do that. I appreciate you, my brother. Peace out. Tell the family I said
Okay.
hello to.
I'll do that, man.
All right,
Take
brother.
care now,
Thank
brother.
you, William.
I'll see you soon there.
All right,
All
brother.
right, take
That
care.
was my guy, William Tisdale of the Wayman Tisdale Foundation. They're having a golf tournament played in it last year at the Tulsa Country Club. This year, of course, it's going to be at the Cherokee Club at the Hard Rock Casino there in Tulsa. Well, actually it's in Catoosa. But it's a great time and a great tournament, and it's a lot of fun. So hopefully, you people in Oklahoma, this Oklahoma City side of Soonerland and Oklahoma State fans can get behind the Wayman Tisdale golf tournament. And let me pull that up again. Here are the sponsorships. You can do a single team for $1,500 or individual for $400. They will put you on a team. Bronze is $5,000, silver $7,500, gold $10,000, platinum $15,000. Of course, the premier sponsorship at $25,000. I know a lot of you guys are golfers out there. This is a great thing to support, and I wish you guys would go ahead and sign up because Tisdale was a great guy, and just remember all the funds go towards giving people prosthetics. And if you remember, Wayman lost his leg to cancer, and so he's they're a big proponent of giving people who can't afford prosthetics new limbs, and they focus more. He said he do some kids, but they pretty much focus on adults who can't afford to get them because adults are pretty much at the same size. They don't grow versus kids. You constantly have to keep upgrading. So great foundation, great thing to do. And of course, let's talk about where I am today. You guys know it is Tuesday, so you guys already know where I'm at. Let me find it on here. Oh man, I'm starving. I think I have I have my watermelon sweet tea. Y'all already know that. And of course, I'm at George's. And y'all hear that? George's Happy Hog. And what a great place it is. It's one of my favorite places to eat. George's is just absolutely delicious, and I enjoy it. And I know the guys are going to set 712 Culbertson Drive. That's 405-525-8111. That's George's Happy Hog at 712 Culbertson Drive, 405-525-8111 for any catering events that you might need. They're open Monday through Saturday from 11 to 7. And if you haven't been to George's, I highly recommend it. It is so delicious. And it's one of my favorites, of course. And of course, those rib ends, if you guys like those burn ends, this is the place for that. Then, of course, we want to thank Y&B, family operated since 1912, the bank that makes things happen. You want to appreciate them doing our sponsorships of all of our black, minority, and women-owned businesses throughout Oklahoma City. If you have anything that you want to pre-qualify for loans, go to www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com if you want to pre-qualify for a loan for a house, a car, or if you're building and have a new commercial project. Those people are the people that can help you hook up with my boy Joe Horn or Carson Wright. Those guys can be more than helpful to get you where you need to go. And then, of course, also my guys at Collaborative Logic, if you need any IT needs, those are the people to call. Mark Long over at Engineering or at SRB if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning, those people. And then, of course, my guy Jose Fierro at Oak Grove Trucking if you need some that dump truck that he has to haul off any rocks or gravel or anything you need like that. He is the man. Then Max and Greg Nafee at Nafco. Those are the people that you want to holler at. And once again, I want to thank my guy William Tisdale for coming on. And that's one of the things I told you we're going to start doing more in the month of August. We're going to start having more guests on talking about different things they've got going on, talking about what we're going to be doing on the show. And then eventually we're going to be adding where you can call in and have question and answer. If you have anything you want to know about, we can talk to you about it on the show. So we are expanding here on the Unpopular Hour, and I'm excited about all the things. And then, of course, tomorrow we will be at Rococo's on Wednesday. And then Thursday, we're still trying to decide where we're going to go on Thursday. And then, of course, Friday we will be at the barber shop at Cutting Up, taking care of business over there. So now let's get into some NFL news or some NFL things of what we've been doing NFL-wise. Oh, well, let's go back to finish up with the NBA because I didn't get a chance to finish that. Okay, the Kevin Durant thing, I think that William and I covered that pretty good. The off-season moves that I liked, I thought that were significant and they're going to make a huge difference to the teams are Gallinari to the Celtics because they need somebody else. They need another shooter. And I think if they end up with Kevin Durant and Gallinari, I think they'll win the championship pretty easily. I think they're the favorites. In fact, one of my friends went ahead. He was in Vegas, and he went ahead and put a bet down that they would win simply because of the moves that they made. And then the Otto Porter to the Raptors, I think it'll make a difference. I don't believe that they're still going to be a contender somewhat in the East. I think they'll be fine, but are they going to really, push people all the way? I don't really see that happening. DeAnthony Melton, that's an interesting pick because of the simple fact he's going to the Sixers, and the Sixers are pretty much guard heavy, but I do like the addition of him to the Sixers. And remember, he was for Memphis, and he was really significant when Ja went out for Memphis, and I think that that's going to be a secret pickup for the Sixers because I still think James Harden has seen his last good days, and I think DeAnthony Melton will be good. And then T.J. Warren, that's interesting for me, and the reason why I put that on there, he was a beast a couple of years ago, and then now he got hurt. last couple of years. So we're going to see if he's really going to be able to bounce back. So I'm interested to see what's really going to happen there with that. So I'm really interested to see what's going to happen there. I'm excited. And, of course, the Thunder, the one thing I'm excited about the Thunder he and I talked about is that we are now officially coming into the season. I'm 100% behind Sam Presti and what they're doing. We have Chet. I still think that he is going to be somewhat limited because of his size, but we have the team, so let's get behind him and let's go. Let's cheer them on and see if we can get as much out of them as we can. And then also, once again, everybody's trying to go and support the Women Tisdale Foundation in the golf tournament. And if you have not played at the Cherokee Club there at the casino in Tulsa, well, Catoosa, at the Hard Rock, great course, very challenging, a lot of fun. And, of course, you'll get to see some of the old past OSU and OU greats. So it's a good time. I think that everybody will have fun with that. And then tomorrow, we're going to be talking about the tiers, and we're going to be talking about finish up with the AFC West, because remember we did the Chiefs and the Broncos first. Now we have the Chargers and the Raiders up scheduled. So we'll go over all that tomorrow on Women Only Wednesday. And the thing that I'm excited about is that or the thing I'm not excited about, but I think that's funny is that the Rams. I was looking at their schedule. They play the AFC West. They have the Bills. They have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they have the New Orleans Saints on their schedule. Well, now, if Tom Brady's the greatest, why doesn't he have that schedule? Why aren't he going against the AFC West, against the Bills, against the Rams, and against New Orleans? He plays New Orleans twice. But I'd like to see interested to see what Tampa Bay's schedule, and we're going to be doing that. We're going to go over each week. This week we're going to schedule, and then tomorrow we're also going to kick off our talks about the Big 12 Conference and whoever thinks that everybody's going to win. I'm sure all you Sooner fans are assuming that OU is going to be the predictive number one favorite to win the conference. So we'll see how that works out. So that being said, I want everybody to try to stay cool out there because it's ridiculously hot. And if you can, get some of that sweet watermelon, some of that watermelon sweet tea to help cool you down. Everybody be